All right, what's up, people? Today we are back here on some more First Descendant, and I wanted to show off probably the best, like, weapon in the game. Not for anything specific, but for basically everything. Like the jack of all trades, really. And that is going to be the Enduring Legacy Machine Gun. This thing is extremely good at not just clearing out enemies, but also clearing out bosses and basically everything that stands in its way, especially if that enemy has a fire weakness. First up, let's go over the unique ability. It is called Craftsmanship. On hitting an enemy, increase status trigger rate corresponding to the element, fire, chill, electric, or toxic, and inflicts the unique ability Quenching onto the target. On hitting a burned enemy, increase firearm attack and apply this buff to the attack. Basically speaking, this thing is really good when it comes to damaging targets with a specific element, but more specifically, it is really good when it comes to burn. As we can see here, the Quenching perk, it will reduce a enemy's fire resistance base, and then every stack will reduce it further. So it's really good whenever you're shooting something that's burned. And then it also increases the damage against targets that are burned. So this thing is insane. If we go to base stats of this weapon, we can see it has a 20% base critical hit rate, a 2.3% critical hit damage, which was recently buffed. I think before it was 1.7x crit damage, but now it's 2.3, so this is even better. And it has a pretty moderate 1.x weak point damage. Not great, but not terrible either. So yeah, how I have this thing built is basically full critical hit rate along with a little bit of weak point. If we look at my stats here, we have a 36% critical hit rate, a 6.7x critical hit damage, and a 1.35 weak point damage. You don't technically need the weak point sight that I have on it. You could switch this out with something else. And I would really just recommend any sort of like either reload mod or expanded weapon charge, anything that increases ammo or decreases reload speed. But the weak point is nice when it comes to fighting bosses, so I have this on. But yeah, as you can see, we have the rifling reinforcement, action reaction, just to get the most firearm attack as possible. Then we have the better insight, better concentration for the critical stats. We have fire rate up to make sure it's shooting as fast as possible. I think, yeah, it's shooting at 761 rounds per minute, which is really good. We are using concentration priority for the 120% critical hit damage. I recommend this on literally every single general weapon. On special weapons, as you can see here, if we go to any weapon that isn't a special weapon, the concentration priority is not as good for some reason. We scroll to concentration priority. For some reason, it's not as good. This isn't maxed, but it doesn't get any better than this. I don't know why, but on general weapons, concentration priority is absolutely insane, so I always recommend this. And then I have edging shot, which edging shot isn't actually like all that. Like, it does say that it gives 43% critical hit rate, which is really good. But if we look at it in hindsight, right now I have 36.4% critical hit rate. If I take edging shot off, it only minuses it by 8, which means I have a 27%. If we put on something like Insight Focus, which is only 14%, I get a 30% crit chance with even more crit damage. So you could really go either or. I just like having more critical chance because I think being able to crit more often is better than how much damage you do with the crit. So that's just a personal preference with me. And then probably the two most important things on this weapon is fire enhancement and sharp precision shot. We'll start with fire enhancement. Basically speaking, this thing is extremely good when damaging enemies that are burned. And you can burn enemies you can get that extra damage using 3 different things. Either having a teammate that can burn an enemy, where they're using Lepic or some other fire character, or they have like a fire enhancement on their own gun. You can get a actual fire enhancement on your perks right here at you see where my I can't hover over it, but see how it says firearm critical hit damage, weak point damage, whatever. You can get fire attack there, but then it also like you can't get like bonus firearm attack against Colossus or bonus firearm attack in general. So the main thing is to have fire enhancement on your weapon itself. This can be switched out for other enhancements, like You could put on toxic enhancement, electric enhancement, chill enhancement. You can, but you're going to get the maximum benefits from fire enhancement. That, and me personally, like I said, you can if you want to, but me personally, I have just gotten to the point where I want to have a different enhancement on every single gun. So like this Enduring Legacy will specifically be my fire gun. If I'm going to fight a fire weak enemy, I'm going to use Enduring Legacy. If I'm going to use fight a thunder weak enemy, I'll use Thunder Cage. But it's different. I'm not gonna sit there and switch my modules out every time I fight a different enemy. I would just rather switch the weapon itself. And then Sharp Precision Shot. Now, as we know, Enduring Legacy is a LMG, which means it has a lot of ammo to go through. Now, the other pretty good choice for this is Mental Focus. Mental Focus is good, don't get me wrong. You would get a ton of firearm attack. The problem with Mental Focus is that it's firearm attack that builds up over the course of your entire magazine, which takes a pretty long time to let go if you don't have a high fire rate. Sharp Precision Shot allows you to not only get the extra firearm attack, but also allows you to dump your magazine as fast as humanly possible, so you can go back to using your skills or go back to avoiding damage or whatever you need to. So I think Sharp Precision Shot is the play here instead of Mental Focus. Although I will say, if you don't have Sharp Precision Shot or you don't care about Sharp Precision Shot, Mental Focus is another really good option for this specific build. I also think that Firing Fiesta is extremely good on characters who aren't Glay. If you have Glay, don't even worry about this part. But if you're not Glay, Firing Fiesta is super good because, like I said before, if you just want to get as much damage out as fast as you possibly can, using Firing Fiesta will just let you unload as much damage as you can, and it's really, really nice. So yeah, this is how I have this build. I am sitting in the training arena so we can see how much damage I can let out. So on a body shot, we are doing, what is that, 176,000 damage? Yeah, 176,000 damage on a crit, 22,000 damage on a body shot. And then of course, since I have the fire module, there is a burn. On a headshot, I am doing 23,000 damage to the head. And then, give me the crit. Okay, so it's still 76,000 damage on a crit. So yeah, pretty freaking good. And I also want to show off how good Sharp Precision Shot is. So this is just me holding the trigger. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just going to hold down the trigger. So as you can see, throughout the entirety of Sharp Precision Shot, the damage ramped up and the fire rate ramped up so I can let go of my magazine as fast as humanly possible. That is the beauty of Sharp Precision Shot. That is why I think not all LMGs need Sharp Precision Shot, but if you're going to use an LMG, I would fully recommend Sharp Precision Shot. Now I want to talk about why I think this LMG is actually better than the Tamer, and there's really no reason in building a Tamer. I don't have a max Tamer. As you can see, my Tamer is nowhere near max. I just have an energy activator in it, and I'm pretty sure I used one crystallization catalyst on it. I kind of just have it sit here for ammo, which this is in no relation to the video, but I just want to give a quick tip. If you have expanded general magazine, general rounds compulsive, and some type of ammo refining, you can pick up ammo bricks while holding this gun, which will give you a ton of ammo for your main gun. Has nothing to do with the video. I just want to throw it out there as like a quick little tip if people didn't know. If you need ammo in like a Colossus fight or in a Void Reactor like boss, you can use this setup on any gun, and that's what it would be good for. Genuinely speaking, I think the Enduring Legacy is probably the better gun for really everything than the Tamer. Now, obviously, you can get the Tamer a lot easier, and it's not.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about the Enduring Legacy. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.